Good morning, everyone. I'm up a little late today. Well, already did some things, so. Oh, yeah, drink coffee. Uh, Such a wonderful beverage, right? Yes. Oh, that brings one thing to my mind. Uh, I did see, let's see, somebody actually paid $9 for a carton of eggs, just regular eggs. I mean, regular, not the good ones we have here and all that. Well, anyway, and saw another one where someone around here they had lots of chickens, and the chickens really are they're laying eggs like crazy right now, and she sold them for $3 a dozen. Right? Yeah, she had lots of them too. You could tell that $3 a dozen. I'm going so this lady, she still has to feed her chickens too and all that. Selling her eggs for $3 a dozen, while in the store you're paying how much? So again, I'm not quite getting. So here are, what's inflation really about when it comes down to it? I just wonder about that. Right? Here is someone private who can keep a dozen eggs at a reasonable price. Right? Yes, they have overhead too. They gotta feed their chickens too, and all that. And here, big companies, right? If okay, maybe it's just better you start looking around and see who has eggs in your neighborhood, or if you can get two or three chickens yourself. You don't have to have a rooster, It's for them to lay eggs. And you clip their wings, yeah, and it doesn't hurt them. If you clip their feathers, they can't fly. Oh yeah, chickens fly. Yeah, There may be some breeds that don't, or not as much. They just get a little love to. But our chickens, they fly. They fly quite a distance, pretty high too, and they can get up on the roof. That tells you how high they can fly. Well, anyway, so there it is, right? If one thing just gets too expensive like that, you start looking around, going, okay, what other avenues do I have for that? Right? Yes? Anyway, so again, here is a lady doesn't take advantage of. Oh, yeah, she could charge $5 for these eggs, and people still would be happy. No, she doesn't do that. She knows, well, people are paying a lot of money for things out there right now. I'm going to keep mine. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. I really do. And again, what's inflation all about? We're getting the hoedown and the lowdown on it. And, oh, yeah, well, that's necessary, and that's just how it is because of how everything else is, and we're going with it. Okay. And how much of it is true? Just wondering. It is what it is out there. Oh, my glasses are not clean. We are in Exodus 34. Let's see here. The covenant renewed the tablets of the law. Yahweh said to Moses, cut 2 tablets of stone like the first ones, and come up to me on the mountain. And I will write on the tablets the words that were on the first tablets, which you broke. Oh, so they were the same. I wondered if God changed. Nope, didn't change. Be ready at dawn. At dawn, come up Mount Sinai and wait for me there at the top of the mountain. No one may come up with you. No one may be seen anywhere on the mountain. The flocks and the herds may not even graze in front of this mountain. So he cut the 2 tablets of stone like the first, and with the 2 tablets of stone in his hands, Moses went up Mount Sinai in the early morning as Yahweh had ordered. And Yahweh descended in a cloud and stood with him there and pronounced the name Yahweh. Okay. So I don't think it said that here earlier. Maybe it's going to come up again. But supposedly Moses went up there for 40 days and 40 nights, right? Maybe we did read that and I just can't remember right now. But it looks like here he didn't have to do that again. I wondered, did he have to go up again and do another 40 days and 40 nights? Right? That's a lot of fasting. Right? Well, supposedly it can't be done. God appears. Then Yahweh passed before him and called out, Yahweh, Yahweh, God of tenderness and compassion, slow to anger, rich in faithful love and constancy, maintaining his faithful love to thousands, forgiving fault, crime, and sin, yet letting nothing go unchecked, and punishing the parents' fault in the children and in the grandchildren to the third and fourth generation. Moses immediately bowed to the ground in worship. Then he said, If indeed I do enjoy your favor, please, my Lord, come with us, although they are an obstinate people, and forgive our faults and sins and adopt us as your heritage. Well, if he's so forgiving, then why did the punishing the parents' fault in the children and in the grandchildren? Again, as I said, the covenant. He then said, Look, I am now making a covenant. I shall work such wonders at the head of your whole people as have never been worked in any other country or nation, and all the people around you will see what Yahweh can do. For what I shall go through you will be awe-inspiring. For what I shall do through you will be awe-inspiring. Mark then what I command you today. I am going to drive out the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites before you. Take care you make no pact with the inhabitants of the country which you are about to enter, or they will prove a snare in your community. You will tear down their altars, smash their cultic stones, and cut down their sacred poles. For you will worship no other God, since Yahweh's name is the jealous one. What? He is a jealous God. Make no pact with the inhabitants of the country, or when they prostitute themselves to their own gods and sacrifice to them, they will invite you, and you will partake of their sacrifice. And then you will choose wives for your sons from among their daughters, and their daughters, prostituting themselves to their own gods, will induce your sons to prostitute themselves to their gods. You will not cast metal gods for yourself. You will observe the feast of unleavened bread. For 7 days you will eat unleavened bread, as I have commanded you. At the appointed time, in the month of Abib, for in the month of Abib you call out of Egypt. You came out of Egypt. Hey, dear me, I can't hardly. What is wrong with my glasses here? You came out of Egypt. Okay, all that first issues from the womb belongs to me. Every male, every firstborn of flock or herd. But the firstborn donkey you will redeem with an animal from the flock. If you do not redeem it, you must break its neck. Oh, gosh. Ugh. Gosh. All the firstborn of your sons you will redeem, and no one will appear before me empty-handed. For 6 days you will labor, but on the 7th day you will rest. You will stop work. Oh, I see what's going on here. We're going through the 10 Commandments, or the first ones anyway. You will stop work even during plowing and harvesting. You will observe the feast of weeks, of the first fruits of the wheat harvest, and the feast of ingathering at the close of the year. Sounds like Thanksgiving to me. 3 times a year, all your menfolk will appear before Lord Yahweh, God of Israel. For I shall dispossess the nations before you and extend your frontiers, and no one will set his heart on your territory when you go away to appear before Yahweh your God 3 times a year. You will not offer the blood of my sacrificial victim with leavened bread, nor is the victim offered at the feast of Passover to be left until the following day. You will bring the best of the first fruits of your soil to the house of Yahweh your God. You will not boil a kid in its mother's milk. Okay, a kid, if people don't know, that's a baby goat. Yahweh then said to Moses, "Put these words in writing, for they are the terms of the covenant which I have made with you and with Israel." Oh, wait, here it comes. He stayed there with Yahweh for 40 days and 40 nights, eating and drinking nothing. Yeah, right. Drinking nothing either? No. See? And on the tablets he wrote the words of the covenant, the 10 words. Now, again, now who wrote this all down and how did they get all this? I mean, I get it, but when in Genesis, when God created the world, right, in 6 days, and you looked at everything, he says everything's good. Well, if everything's good, right, then why suddenly change something that, what, so it looks more miraculous or something? Yeah. No, God will not change his own laws, right? That's just not going to happen. And I can see that you can go without eating for a long time, but you can't go without drinking anything. That's not going to work. So again, I guess the Israelites needed just all this fantastic stuff. And it was only Moses up on the mountain. So what, to believe? I said, what did it take? No time at all for them to not being able to patiently wait for the guidance of God, right? No, they had to have that golden calf. It takes so little for people to, instead of staying with a good, proper path, to easily just be derailed. By whom? Others. Right? Others. And sometimes something sounds so good. Yes. And turns out it's just all a lie. Partial truth, this and that, And one gets sucked into certain things. Well, I'm just saying. So, again, it is written down as it is written down. And I have to look at this again on how really the strength of the words isn't in the action of the words. It's in how important it is. Again, this is how it is. You're going to have to just believe me. Believe in me and believe me that I will guide you, that I will be there for you. And when you come across other people, beware. Again, so go on in there, I guess it sounds like war to me. Drive everybody out and then tear down everything. Is that the answer to things? Or patiently teaching then show how were the Israelites happy with this great change that Yahweh, God, is telling them this is how you do this, right? Were they happy with it or not? Are they kind of yearning for? I wish I was back in Egypt, right? Things were so much easier there, right? Everything was already established. Here we have to do everything again. Right? Anyway, and where's my God of this? And where's my God of that? Right? Yeah. Now I got just one. I have to rely on just one. Right? Yes? So, again, how do I look at these passages? And how determined God was to guide his own people. Now, you're mine now, okay? You don't stop believing in all this other stuff. And when we look at the Ten Commandments, they're only needed, rules are only needed when things are already not right. If everybody does the right thing, if everybody knows how to behave properly, then rules aren't needed, are they? Oh, here the guys are back. We have a little more to go. I better let them in because they're going to start whining. Whining and being unhappy. Hi. It's just you? Where are the other two? I don't see them. Well, does that mean I have to get up twice? You look one more time, they may be on their way too. No, not yet. Huh? Did you get hungry? Is that why you're home first? Where are the other two? Huh? Where are the other two? Oh, okay, let me finish this, buddy. Moses comes down from the mountain. When Moses came down from Mount Sinai with the 2 tablets of the testimony in his hands, as he was coming down the mountain, Moses did not know that the skin of his face was radiant because he had been talking to him. And when Aaron and all the Israelites saw Moses, the skin on his face was so radiant that they were afraid to go near him. You see? Ugh. But Moses called to them, and Aaron and all the leaders of the community rejoined him. And Moses talked to them, after which all the Israelites came closer, and he passed on to them all the orders that Yahweh had given to him on Mount Sinai. Once Moses had finished speaking to them, he put a veil over his face. Whenever Moses went into Yahweh's presence to speak with him, he took the veil off until he came out. Oh! And when he came out, he would tell the Israelites what orders he had been given. And the Israelites would see Moses' face radiant. Then Moses would put the veil back over his face until he went in to speak to him next time. Oh, that's a new one. I've never heard of that one before. That, is interesting. Reminds me of, with our animals, especially the dogs, sometimes, and for no apparent reason, it seems like, right? They are scared. The dogs are scared of someone, or they won't get close. They want to get out of the house. And I know the people. I know they're not bad people, but yet there is something there, right? Yes? Oh, should one really pay attention to that? Not in the way that, well, some say, oh, that's a bad person now, so we're going to, I don't think that's what it is. I think that spiritually, we carry burdens with us, right? Also from our ancestors, and animals seem to be a lot more perceptive to them on what goes on with a person, right? Yes? So, And Moses, and then there are other people you can. I've been told don't touch. Sometimes a dog. And I don't ever force a dog, or if they come to me and they let me pet them, and dogs that I don't know. Okay, then that's good. And I like to make friends with animals per se, if you want to call it that. Well, not mine. Here, I'm the master. Done. Okay. and and I've been told don't this. Now I've been bitten by dogs too, and it wouldn't take long, and I'd have them on my lap or this or that. People goes, what's going on? But I've never been someone that gets right into even children in their face to snatch. It's like, yep, you got to give something, animals, children, the time to kind of check you out a little bit, right? Yes? Yeah. And then when they start coming to you, oh, it's just so wonderful. Right? Right, boy? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Anywho, that's what it is. Um, I find it interesting when I go out. I think it's almost as if the horses can tell that okay, she's walking, but she has a hard time walking. So it's cute how Maverick immediately comes and kind of makes my way. It's like anything that stirs. And is it the dogs or the cat or the pig, even the chickens? He chases them right out of my way, right? As if he knows Maverick is one of our horses. And it's so kind of so neat until I get to the door of the barn. And they all go on the one side. And they all go in on the other side. So all the other the horses and the duck, they get ready to go over to the other side. Well, Maverick first makes sure that I get safely to those other doors. And then he goes around. Right? Yes? Isn't that kind of cute? Yeah, I know. Anywho, then we had another, and there's a lot of animal things going on here. I laid upstairs and was watching something. It's already later, 7:30, 8 o'clock or something. And I hear this just awfulest noise going, sounds like our pigs out there in the woods and getting attacked by something. And I come down and we had someone visiting and Sis was here and I said, hey, did you hear this? And we're going out on the porch and it's the awfulest noise. I mean, it sounded like a pig, but I know how pigs squeal when something happens, and it wasn't like that. But yet, it was like, could be the pig, but doesn't sound like the pig. And suddenly we see this shadow, I had the light on, a shadow fly over, and it was a heron. So the heron, I'm not sure yet. I'm going to go and check it out and see if what the mating call is of herons. But if that's what it is, whoa, I tell you what, it was so loud and it was so, it's like a deep growl, but in distress. It sounded like that the bird had been in distress. Anyway, interesting. So I'm going to go and check that out. What that may have been. May have been attacked by something. He might have just been down there resting and got attacked by something. Don't know. I said no coyotes. It's just weird this year. Last year's kind of the same, but this year it's more noticeable. Don't hear anything. We got something cruising around in the woods out there. Just don't know what it is. Big. Must be big. Bear, cat. I don't know. Anywho, huh? What do you think? You guys are all fine, huh? But three big dogs, I'd say, I said before. Anywho, so here's Moses, and he's something. They're not talking about that beforehand, right? That was all radiant, this, that. Maybe because now the people are working together. Okay, we're going to have to wait. We can't do this again with a calf or something else, right? We must, let's just follow, right? the instructions and all, and wait again for Moses to come down from the mountain. And maybe they're working together suddenly of the people with Moses, right? There was a good beginning, a foundation was set that then showed in Moses, right? Yes? Okay. And that's, I could see that suddenly Moses' appearance changed a little bit, right? Yet he didn't want the people to be afraid. But again, gosh, are they afraid of everything? Huh? Yes? A very fearful people. People so fearful at that time. I remember the one thing I was, as a child, I was afraid of the dark, but not afraid enough to not walk home in the dark. And man, there were some places there weren't any lamps, you know. We had street lamps where we lived, you know, on the regular roads, but there were so many little, you know, shortcuts that you could take right through the fields and oh dear me, do I want to go that way? Well, it'll be a lot shorter. Oh, come on, I'm just gonna go. Right? What's gonna happen to me? And I'd be muttering. I'd be either singing or muttering to myself, right? Well, I know how to defend myself. That was a kid. Yeah. Anyway, so there it is. And eventually I just overcame that fear altogether. Oh, will I go and walk around out there in the dark in the woods? It's a dumb thing to do. One can get easily lost here. Right? Yeah, my sense of direction isn't all that great. So, yeah, I wouldn't do that unless I know exactly where I'm going and I will have a flashlight with me. But I've walked back for about 2 miles, a mile and a half, completely in the dark. And I had my flip flops on. I'm going, ugh, why did I do this? I had to, it was a long story. I'm not going to get into it. But I had to walk back to the house. And I just kind of felt my way. I said, well, okay. And it was summertime. Right? And I've seen plenty of copperheads and other snakes on our road, you know, coming in. And nighttime is one of those times they're kind of cruising around. I don't know. Why am I coming up with all them animal stories today? Well, anyway, I made it back just fine. Suddenly, I realized my eyes are kind of adjusting, yeah? So I was able to just walk straight back. It's an interesting walk back, though. And, oh, so why did I get into that? Jake, our German Shepherd, um, is one of those, you can't just pet him and he'll sit there. He's one of those wiggly dogs, okay? And because he had some problems to begin with, where yeah, uh, we kind of just let him, okay, be dog and kind of just center himself on the sticks, balance out a little. And now he's doing really well. And I wanted to check and see if he had any ticks on his belly. And he just about lunged at me. And I'm going, whoa. So, what to do, right? Well, now, every time I see him laying anywhere, I go over and I pet him. And I'm going, okay. And then I touch his belly just, and I've only been doing this for like 2 or 3 days, and already there's a change. He's more getting more comfortable. This and that. Oh, so that's a bad dog. He would actually maybe bite you if you tried. I'm going, no, he's scared of something, right? Yes, he's trying to, and I don't know what he we didn't have him as a puppy or what his deal is, right? Sometimes it doesn't take anything and the dog just shows odd behavior. But that's, and that's working. to just get him used to, okay, right, getting petted on his tummy as well. Yeah. So, because yeah, I always have to think, what if I have a child here that suddenly kind of just grabs underneath a little, and will he know the difference? This is a child. And yes, yeah, so I have to teach him. But I can't let it go. I can't just not do anything. Oh, I can't just not do anything, right? Then I'm waiting for something to happen that I don't want to happen. That he might actually hurt someone if they don't know. So there you go. You teach even your animals if they want to live with you. Right? They got to know what proper behavior is. I think God's trying to tell Moses, I've got to be strong like that. Right? I have to be. He gives the comforting words. I'm forgiving of sin and fault. I'm forgiving of mistakes. I'm loving. Yet, I'm also jealous if. And has to be very precise and consistent with what he's expecting of the Israelites and what they can expect of him too. That's interesting. So I'm going with that. Yes? Oh, dear me. So there it is. Well, that's all I have to say today. So we got the tablets again a second time. Right? Oh, restored. There we go. Right? It's always about restoring. Even though the tablets were broken in anger, right, by Moses the first time around, he got them again. So that's good. Anywho, that's what I wanted to share this morning. It's a cold morning. I don't have a fire going. I'm here by myself. I'm bundled up. It's enough. I got work to do, which means I'm going to be warm anyway. And that is that. Sun's coming over the hill, over the mountain. So pretty. It's just every day, just so pretty. Anywho, that's what I wanted to share this morning. Exodus 34, right? Now they're going to start going. I wonder how that's going to work with all them other tribes out there. It kind of rubs me the wrong way that they all have to. Aren't there other ways? I mean, I know that in the New Testament, Jesus is doing what? He's teaching the people. Were the people at that time just not there yet? It was too dangerous. The belly rubs wouldn't work. And they had to, I don't like to think that everybody just got displaced. Right? But I don't know if it happened exactly that way or not. I don't know. Yes? God's love and blessings always. May He protect you. And I will talk to y'all another time.